Hey guys, and Death Spider here again. So I'm probably going to tag this on, like I said, to my Amaran video. I just want to show you where you do this. So the Amaran, you'll see people shouting, Amaran level 25 group dungeon, looking for party, whatever, however they want to say it. So that on the main map is going to be located right here. So if you're wondering where we're at, we're currently located over here above Withered Village. If you want to see it on the main map, there's most of the starting spawn areas are like right around this. So you come to Withered. You can do quests here. They'll eventually give you tuning orbs, and the quest will send you over here to do Amaran Dungeon. So once you get here, you're going to want to talk to this dog. Of course, grab your letter that you see right here. Then you want to talk to this dog, Bark Meaties. He'll give you some more quests. You can interact with him too. You can pet him. Little cute puppy. Alright, so and his quest is repeatable if you haven't done this yet. It gives you 5,000 experience per run. Then you'll come over here if you have an orb, and you can activate this. If you don't have an orb and somebody in your party does and they activate it, it'll pull you in. You'll just hit F1 once it summons. So if we open the menu by pressing E, it says minimum players 3. So just to play this, you have to have 3 players. You have to have at least 1 Azoth staff in the expedition or in your group. You need 1 Amaran Tuning Orb consumed once you join. These are the items that this dungeon specifies that it drops. This is its specialty items. You can still get other items that are good as well. So if you're like running an axe or a rapier, this is a pretty good place to start working at to get like a strength ring and just a decent axe. Alright, so for the tuning orbs, they're located here if you have them in your inventory. And like you can see, you'll see the name on it, Amaran Tuning Orb, and you can craft those at stone crafting stations if you're high enough and if you have the right materials. I guess so we're going to start this run in a second, so I'm going to stop the recording until the other member gets here. Hey guys, welcome back. This is going to be another episode of New World. We're currently running the Amaran Dungeon, the level 25 one. It's the first dungeon you'll come to. So we're going to run through. We're really high level to be here right now, but we had some low levels that wanted some help. So we're going to knock this out. So as you run through these dungeons, you of course want to pick up all these blue notes that you find. I'm also sorry if y'all hear any extra noise in the background. It's the air conditioner and stuff. I'll try to edit that in audio and get it all out. But you'll want to read these notes. And like I said, this is just the front entrance of it. And we'll just run into here. Fight our way through all the mobs, grab any chests and stuff that we see. Currently not spec the way we normally are on Great Axe, so I was trying some stuff out. So our crowd control is not as good as it normally would be for a dungeon. I think I need to turn the audio down on the game just a hair. It's usually pretty loud. Come on, audio. There we go. Let's go down to like 50 because I can always up that when we edit the actual video. So these guys are probably just going to fight through everything. There's a lot of us that are high levels. This is the last day of beta. So I just wanted to give a video on this in case anybody wanted to see what the dungeons are like. The mobs are, like I said, they're level 25 elites. Not very strong. The end boss is, I mean, he's pretty good for if you like level 25 group with no high levels. He's a decent fight. He's a good fight, like a good fun fight. But for us, we should just pretty much destroy him in no time. The mobs in the dungeons, they do respawn, so don't think you're just gonna like run around and kill them all when you're low level. I mean, you can solo a couple of them, but if you get too far behind, you'll get stuck behind some of these larger ones. So in this dungeon, you're gonna want to kill these right here. It's the Star Excavation Withered Nest. It produces mobs and spawns them. So we'll just knock this out really quick. And then we'll kill this gargoyle looking thing. So also, if you've been playing the game, you know this already. You know, collect your loot. You'll see these elite chests everywhere. So find those. Well, if I remember the spot in here, it's been a while since I ran this one. I'll show y'all where there's like a little hidden one. Hopefully our team moves slow enough for all that. All right, let's get this. Okay, they grouped everything. That's good. Activate our whirlwind ability. Do some damage to everybody. So we're currently level 49, so we're twice the level that we should be to be in here. But as you can see, at my level, with my gear, I can easily solo everything that's in here right now, except probably the main boss. I don't know if he's soloable, unless you have the right potions and food. But you still need 3 people just to get into these dungeons. But because it consumes your orb when you open it, you might as well just go ahead and try to get a full group together. Now you can find stuff in here to mine and everything else. I don't know if that's what he's looking at or if he's just looking around. I guess he wanted to mine that, that's fine. I'll just kill this thing really quick. And another note in these dungeons, be careful because you can fall off of these ledges and then you'll die and have to respawn, which we're at a respawn point now. And some of the other dungeons, I'll try to get videos out on those, like in the depths. There's certain doors that if the bosses are activated before you go through the door, then you'll be locked out until the fight ends. You can respawn and you can get picked back up. If you want to pick a player back up that's knocked down, you just press and hold E as an echo. I don't really like this move. It doesn't do a lot of damage, but it's good for multiple enemies. Like I said, we're just experimenting at the end of beta. And we're going to run through this dungeon. I think we're going to run it once or twice more. I'll probably just put it on like fast forward and add some music to the video and show those 2 runs. Okay, so if you guys are interested, so like I said, we're in the dungeon. This is a really easy to remember place right here, because you have to activate all 3 of these at once while you climb. So you're gonna see this water down here below there. So what you do is you jump down here. You can crawl or walk the long way. I like to do it this way. So then you jump here, and right here is an elite chest. So we're gonna grab that. Get a bunch of stuff we don't really need. The only things I need out of this is crafting components. Then you're going to try to walk through the water, preferably without drowning. Find that sweet spot to get up out of there. You can get this river crest if you want. I don't need it. And then we'll just head back to the stairs. There's some platinum ore. I think that's what that is, right? Silver ore down here if you want it. And then we're going to head back to the top. We might hit level 50 coming out of this dungeon. Like I said, I'm right at 50, so... And most of the people here are high enough level they're not worried about getting those chests. I'm still trying to do a little bit of crafting. Alright, so our loot's dropping behind everybody. You got a succulent bone, that's for the dog. That is a repeatable quest for this zone. To get your tuning orbs, once you use up the ones you get from quests, you just have to craft those with stone cutting. And you can make more orbs to get into all the dungeons to keep rinsing and repeating. You don't need but 1 orb, so if you have 6 people, as long as 1 person has an orb, you can enter the dungeon. Most people want you to have your own orb so they can run 6 times in a row. So make sure you have time to run all the times. Don't just run your orb. And don't be greedy and just run the other person's orb. Man, like I said, we'll kill the pile of bodies pretty much is what it looks like. Help this guy out before he gets killed. Do some crits for 13 to 1500 damage. Not a bad day. Okay, do we need to activate this? I've already activated it. Alright, we'll let them fight that. We'll take out the body nest or whatever. Alright guys, come here. And I'll show you the mobs that drop the bones. You just need 3 of them. There should be another one coming up shortly. So this room you want to be really careful in. If you fall off the ledge here, you will die, usually, unless you get lucky and land on something and you're able to climb out of the ledge. So when you fight, like I said, do not fight next to the edges in case you get pushed back or in case your weapon, like my weapon, pulls you forward 2 or 3 steps. Alright, so we just dropped enemies. I guess they're activating stuff for the respawns, I don't know. It doesn't really matter. Highly unlikely we're gonna die here. Worst case, we'll pop a potion and some food and we should be good to go. Oops, see how we got pushed there? Now if we get too close to that ledge, we'll get pushed all the way off. Alright, let's go ahead and hit us some food because we're taking some damage. Pop a potion for safety because he's pushing us back into a bunch of other enemies. Drink your potion, son. There we go. Of course, it explodes right then. Alright, yeah, so you see how these respawn everything, so you just want to kill these first. Alright, so we'll help this guy out. He didn't really need it, but it's just faster. Alright, so like I said, all those mobs will respawn when you activate that orb in the center. So if y'all run this, you get to this side and this door is locked, just activate the orb after you kill everything first. Then open it, then come over here, grab this chest. Should give you some good stuff if you're like in the 20s for this area. You'll get potions and things that you need for crafting. This is a respawn point, so when you get close to it, it'll activate. So you can respawn when you die on it. And then we're just circling back around to the front part of the dungeon that we just came from. So if you see, we're just down there. What we'll do is, are they ready? No, we're still fighting. So we got 3 people. Yeah, 1 person's down at each one of these, and it'll activate. So we'll run down here. Stand on that, 1 guy there stands on it, and there's 1 over there. And you stand on those 3, then a bridge will activate. Then you run back up to the top. Alright guys, let's go. Alright, so you see, like I said, we're all high level. Don't expect your runs to just be like 1 or 2 guys running around solo and everything for you. Typically, it's going to take a little bit longer. And like I said, watch out for the fire damage, the explosions. Make sure you have a healer. As long as you have a good healer, you don't really need tanks. You got enough damage. Tanks really at this level aren't good unless you have like a high level stonecrafter to increase hate and threat. So don't worry about trying to get like a shield and sword. You'd be fine with just pure damage and healers. So this guy should drop us a bone if I remember right. Yep, so there's our 2nd bone. Looks like that's the 3rd one walking around up there. And another chest right here. And again, typically you don't want to just let your people fight one-on-one against multiple mobs. Alright, y'all are about to aggro all the enemies, so here we go. I hate these things because they run around so much. It's just a pain. There we go, 3,753 damage on the big guy because he's so low level. 1,300, 1,500. So my great axe is, I'm currently geared up for PvE right now, so I can land crits on everything based on the hit point. The weaker something gets, the more damage I do. But it works great on these bosses. So here's the Spectral Shrine to activate the boss. A note is right here, another chest right here. Here comes the main boss for this area. There's a little mini boss. And again, even at level 25, these bosses aren't that bad until you get to the final. The final boss in the zone is a little tough if you're just basic 25. Make sure you have good gear, potions, and food, because you don't know how good your group's going to be. Where's everybody else at? Why are we the only ones fighting? I don't know what's going on. But see, that all that gear right there, that's some decent stuff for level 25. I'm going to come grab our crate, because you always want to make sure you get your crates. So what the crates are good for is it's going to give you your crafting supplies. I mean, we'll give you armor, weapons, potions, and things, but what you really want is like that weak solvent, sandpaper, sand flux, if you plan to craft. So we'll grab this chest that's up here. Like I said, I'm going to probably post the next run or two, but I'm just going to add music and speed that up. I'm not going to do like a slow playthrough of that. Alright, so armor and stuff, it does weigh a lot. I don't save the armor. I salvage my armor for repair parts and like half a gold coin. Because it's just not worth trying to sell a lot of it. What is this? Why is this stuck here? Like, looks like this is glitching or something. Or maybe that's the last bone I needed. I don't know. And landing all the crits already because his hit points are getting low. Let's activate this. And we'll hit him for the big one. 4,176 points of damage. And I'm going to look and see if we can pick this up one more time. Thinking no. So stuff does glitch a lot like that. Like, it's still beta. They are hopefully collecting enough data to fix all that. Alright, so you see this as a spawn point. It should activate in a minute, like that. And, yep, here we go. So this is the end boss of the dungeon. So you're going to want to clear these ads first. He will spawn ads while we fight him. Most people like to leave one or two of those alive and just have a guy try to do damage to them to keep them off the healer. Alright, so, yeah, here we go. We're just going to run in. You're going to want to let him go through his cutscene first, because you can't damage him until you see the hit point bar show up. Same thing for all major bosses. I guess I'll stand here because I'm probably going to pull hate. So his hit points popped up. We're hitting him for about 800, 900 damage per swing on our basic swing. I already have hate on him. So he just spawned 3 enemies. He stunned me. We'll block. If you start taking too much damage, just run away. So when he does that spit attack, the little enemies will run over to try to eat that to heal. And we'll just keep knocking his hit points down and working on him. I don't like being in a corner because I can't see anything here. See how they're eating, so they're going to heal. And they're going to get empowered, I think, too. So we'll just wipe them all out. Like I said, usually we'll leave a couple alive, but if our people are hurting, like you see, most of our guys are low hit points. I'm not sure how. I'm the one that's doing all the tanking, so. There's 4,000 damage on it. So just so y'all know, there, like that was a 4K hit, like 4,160 damage, and he's still just standing up. And he's down. There we go. Alright, so make sure you collect your loot off of him. You have to wait on the victory screen. Don't think you locked up. It freezes everything. Alright, so you'll grab your gear. He's going to drop some decent stuff. If you're doing this for the first time, this is going to be the heart gem or star gem that you need. You'll come to this. Make sure to grab that or you're going to fight your way back through everything. And then the rest of the loot is going to be over here. And I just got pushed off. Thanks, dude. So you're going to come over here and grab this chest. Get some pretty good stuff out of there, and that is it for this room. You'll come to this teleporter, and every dungeon's the same way. You always come back to one of these, and then you'll hold E, and you'll leave the expedition. And that is the Amaran expedition, guys. I know most people call it a dungeon, but it's an expedition. You, like I said, you have to have a tuning orb to run it. I'll show you that as soon as we get out of the dungeon. Alright, so if you come into here, you'll see tuning orbs. You can get these. Usually you can get your first 1 or 2 for free from questing. So I've got one for the depths. That's a level 45 plus expedition. I'd actually, based on the final boss, you need a really good group to run that one because he's got a one-shot move. But then right here we have the Amaran Tuning Orb, and you'll get that for a quest. So then you'll come out here once you leave the dungeon. Talk to this Barkmedes or whatever his name is. Well, the first time you do it, he'll give you like a some furniture and stuff, or a pet. So just complete your quest. It's worth 5,000 experience. A good way to level. Even at my level, you see it gave me a full bar of experience. And you can just keep repeating the quest over and over again. Like, hey boy, you want some special bones? I think he just sent me to a different place that time. And he's ready to go. Alright guys, well that's going to be the end of this part of the video. And we'll just record running this time or two more. And then we'll try to get into some more dungeons before the beta is over today.